First up, we have A perms. They're fast, they're simple, so that makes an easy S tier for both of them. There are only 9 moves, so it's one of the first PLLs that you should learn. They may be prone to fumbles during high pressure situations, but if you get them right, they can be faster than any other PLL out there. Okay, next up we have E perms. I want to put this in S tier because it has like super high turn speed, but it is pretty long, and sometimes you can mess up which orientation you do it from, because if you do it correctly, you'll end up with a soft cube, but if you do it incorrectly, you'll end up with an H perm. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. Okay, next up we've got F perm. I want to put this in D or short cloud. I think I'll put it in D because it's really just 3 moves, a T perm, and then it ends differently. So it's super fast. Also, the recognition is pretty easy because it's just one big block. The only other PLL that has that same recognition is U perm, but I'm pretty sure it's quite easy to tell apart F perm and U perm. So I'm gonna put it in D tier. Alright, the 4 G perms. GA perm is okay. GB perm is also okay, but it's a bit worse. GD perm is also okay, but GC perm, absolute shark. I cannot tell you how bad this PLL is. If you go to my all PLLs explained video and look at all the G perms side by side, you can easily tell that GC perm was one of the worst ones out there. The J perms. The J perms are absolutely amazing. J perm, I'm gonna put in S tier because it's super short, it's 10 moves next to A perm, and it's also super fast. JB perm, maybe S tier? Actually no, I'll put it in A tier because I feel like it's just a bit longer. But these 2 PLLs are super fast and they're super hard to mess up, so if you get one of these for your last layer, consider yourself blessed. R perms are pretty mid. I'm gonna put both of them in B tier because they're not so outstanding, but they're not also that bad. There's not much to be said, both algorithms are pretty nice. They have good RUD solutions, but they still aren't too fast. I have an alternative alg for RA perm, so go check that out. T perms are also really nice. They're kind of similar to J perms because they have like similar finger tricks, but they're a bit worse and they're 1 move longer, so I'm gonna keep it at A tier. But T perm is one of the first PLLs that you learn, so it's definitely an easy one to know because it's made up of familiar algorithms like Sexy and Sledge. N perms. N perms are so horrendous because they're so long. NB perm is the shorter one, so I'm gonna put that in D, but NA perm is just shark cloud because it takes so long to do. I once got this in competition and it took me 3 whole seconds. Despite all the bad factors, N perms are thankfully tied for the rarest PLL, so you won't be getting these often. But if you do get this in a solve, you might as well just go and hide in a corner and forget about your time. A lot of people don't like V perms, but I don't actually think they're that bad. I'll put it at a solid C tier. The people that think they're bad think it because of the amount of D moves there are, because usually, if not any, there's 2 D moves in an algorithm, like R perm or something, but V perm has 4. You might say that E perm also has 4 D moves, but in E perm the D moves are rhythmic. In V perm they're all over the place. Y perm is a really decent algorithm, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. It's the best diagonal swap if you don't count E perm, and along with T perm, it's one of the first algorithms you learned with beginner PLL. And that's for a reason, because Y perm is super easy to learn. Just like T perm, it's built off of Sexy and Sledges. Oh, finally, the edges only PLLs. The first of the edges only PLLs is H perm, which I'm gonna put in S tier because it's a super fast algorithm and it's super easy to memorize. Its only downside is that it's super rare. H perm is one of the PLLs where double flips make all the difference, so if you don't know how to do double flips, watch my how to do M2 video. U perms are undeniably the best PLLs out there. I'm gonna put both of them in S tier because they're so fast and so good. There are also a lot of U perms out there, but me personally, I think the best U perm is the RUS one for UA perm, followed closely by the RU one for UB perm from the back. I recently learned a new U perm, so go check out my latest short to see it. And the last one on our list is Z perm. Z perm has a lot of end moves, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. It can be pretty quick with practice, but it overworks your fingers a lot, so it's not nearly as fast as H perm or U perm. So that's my PLL tier list. Tell me if you agree or disagree in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.